Now that I've filled the entire space with the green torn paper, I'm starting on the yellow fins. Some of these fins are going to have small round spots. That's a little bit harder to get to, and you kind of have to tear it in a way that's rounder, and then you're going to have to also tear it smaller. And so these are going to have to be smaller pieces of paper to be able to get in that small round spot. And I will just cover up just a tiny bit of that spot there, overlapping some of the other spots. And then I'm going to take another small piece of paper and I'm just going to put it there. And you can see some of these papers are really small. Sometimes you have to get a small piece of paper to be able to get the small spot that you need. And I'm going to overlap it right here because I have just a small spot there, just right there. And so I'm going to have to put a bigger piece of paper there, but it's going to go on top of all those. It's okay if they stack on top of each other. Same thing here with this fin. Where it comes down to a point, I'm going to have to get smaller pieces of paper and maybe even tear some pieces like that. On the back of some of these papers, there might be a drawing or something printed, but just flip it over and use the blank side. See, I still wasn't able to get that tip, and so maybe I can try to get that tip with this piece of paper. I'm going to make it smaller, just a little piece. Same there, and just put a smaller piece there. You can see that at some pieces you have to have a little piece of paper, and I got one piece there in the middle. I'm going to put some glue on the back of it. Remember not to use too much glue. I'm going to overlap all that. So now we can see that the fins and the fish are done. Now I'm going to have to put an eye on top of the part of the fish right there, and I'll be using my scissors for that. I'm going to start off with a white piece of paper, just some scrap paper, and I'm going to cut a circle. It's easiest sometimes to draw the circle first, so let me just draw the circle and then we'll cut it out. And that eye is going to go right there on top of the green paper. Not a lot of glue. I don't want it to be dripping in glue. And then I'm going to get a black piece of paper and I'm going to make an eyeball. And so I'm just going to take black paper here and I'm going to cut out another circle, but this circle is going to be much smaller than the first one. So I'll make it a little bit more circular. Okay, now that I got a circle, and glue that down, just right there. Now I've got a fish.